Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In the name of Allah, the most gracious, most merciful. Hello and welcome to a new episode of Teaching English on Dروس Super Goal 4. Before we start, on your behalf, I would like to welcome Mr. Salih Al-Ujan, the interpreter to the sign language. As always, we start our class by reviewing the objectives. After this lesson, inshallah, the students will be able to express future with be going to. Also, the students will be able to identify the information questions. At the end, student will be able to identify the right position of adjectives. As you know, we started this semester, the third semester, and we started with Unit 4, and the title of this unit, Unit 4, is It's Going to Be Fun. So we are talking about the future, things that will happen. And you remember in the previous lesson, we studied Listen and Discuss, when we introduced the main theme of this unit. The unit 4, it's going to be fun. Also, we studied pair work, okay? And our class today will be mainly on grammar, activity number 3, okay? Grammar is the activity number 3. Quickly, let's make a revision on the previous lesson. You remember in the previous lesson, we introduced the 4 main skills. When you want to start a new semester, you need to be careful about the 4 skills. The most important thing in learning English is to learn the 4 skills. And we told you that the 4 skills are listening, speaking, reading, and writing. And we told you how to improve your skills. When you listen, that will affect your ability to speak, okay? And also when you listen, you will listen to some other skills like vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation. So when you listen, you take care of these 3 minor or sub skills, because that will affect or impact your ability to speak later on. Also, when you read, that means you are going to learn 5 skills. What are these 5 skills? The first one is vocabulary, as we said before, grammar, spelling, pronunciation, and handwriting. In addition to that, when you read, that means you read how the writer has organized his or her ideas. So this is very important. That will impact your ability to write, to be a witty writer. Okay, how to make that and how to improve your skills? We told you to practice. Practice as much as you can. Practice listening, practice speaking, practice reading, and practice writing. That will help you to improve your skill and to develop in your abilities. You remember also in the previous lesson, we introduced a brochure about where to travel and what kind of vacation you're going to take. And we studied about a company called Global Tours that has a vacation for you, suggest some vacation. And we studied about how they offer these vacations on some slides. And you remember, we talked about how to go in this picture, how to go scuba diving. Where to go scuba diving? In Saudi Arabia, in the Red Sea. You can see some reefs, okay, colorful reefs. Also, one of the paragraphs that we studied in this brochure is about the cultural trip to go to Dubai and see some cultures there. Also, trekking. We talked about trekking when you go to some countries and to check for hiking or to make hiking for long distances and to enjoy your time. Also, we talked about ecotourism, that you can go and find some forests and enjoy your time there. Also, we talked about when you go to Jordan for desert tour to see Petra, okay, where you can see some tombs and some mountains there. Also, to go to safari to Tanzania, Serengeti, that is famous with some species of different animals. Okay, also in the previous lesson we learned how to ask and answer about places, how to describe places. We had some many adjectives, and we had an example like this one. If you want to ask about Serengeti, for example, you can say, what is Serengeti like? The answer can be like this: it is exciting. It is exciting, that means it is thrilling, or it is that means you are enjoying your time when you went to Serengeti. Also, you can add some more information. You can say you can see wildlife in their natural habitat, in exactly the place where the animals live. Okay, and our main class today is on grammar, as we said before, and today we're going to study how to use going to. You remember when we talked about vacation, when you want to make a vacation, that means you have to plan. So when you want to plan, in this case, you talk about something will happen in the future. So when it happens in the future, you can use the expression going to. I'm going to. That means I'm planning to do something in the future. We use be, which is am, is, or are, plus going to for the future, as we said, to talk about plans. So you're planning and you're talking about something that will happen maybe tomorrow, next week, next year, next month, and next year, and so on. Okay, so we can use it in the affirmative form, in the negative form. We can say, I'm going to travel to Jordan. That means you are planning to go to Jordan. But if you don't plan to go there, you can say, I am not going to visit Petra. That is a city in Jordan. So here, the first one, I'm going to travel to Jordan. That is affirmative. That means you are going to do that. But if you are not going to do that, you can say, I'm not going to visit Petra. Also, with yes, no question, it is very easy. You can exchange the subject with the auxiliary verb, and you can say, are you going to travel to Jordan? That is a yes or no question. Whenever we have a sentence starting with an auxiliary verb, that means it is a yes or no question. So you can say here, if you want to answer short answer, you can say yes, I am. If you want to make it a negative answer, you can say no, I'm not. Let's repeat it again. Are you going to travel to Jordan? If you plan to do that, you can say yes, I am. If you are not planning to go there, you can say no, I'm not. Okay. Okay, what comes before going to? You noticed going to, we showed it a while ago. There is something very important that comes before it. It is am, is, or are. Okay, we call this verb be. Okay, in the present, it comes as am for the speaker, he, she, it. We use is or for a singular, and we use are with plural, with some pronouns like they, we, and you. Okay, what comes after going to? We said before going to, we have the verb be in its present form, and after that we have the base form of the verb. It should be in the base form. Okay. When do we use going to? When we talk about the future. When you want to plan for something in the future, we use going to. Okay. Now, how to make or where to put the adjective? We talked about many adjectives in the previous lesson, like the example here. Antarctica is an exotic place. So here it is a place. We can say it's a place. But if we want to modify this noun, place, we can add an adjective. Where to put the adjective? Before the noun. We can say here, Antarctica is an exotic place. So we use the adjective here, exotic, before the noun. But if we want to use the adjective alone without a noun, we use it after verb be directly. So let's see the example here. Antarctica is exotic. That means we use it after verb be. Another example here, Tokyo is a big city. We can say it is a city, but if we want to give more explanation to the city, we can say Tokyo is a big city. So here big is an adjective which describes city. Okay, also we have to learn the WH questions. Okay, what do you mean by WH questions? The questions that ask for information. Okay, like here, when you want to know about a place, you can ask where. So where here we are asking about a place. When we ask with when, that means we are asking about time. When we ask with who, that means we are asking about a person, human. When we ask about what, we ask about a thing. Okay, and also when we ask with why, here we are asking about a reason. Usually, why do you study? Because I want to be a successful person, for example. Okay, so why we ask about a reason. How, here we ask about a way or a method or a process. How this happens, you can tell how by telling procedures, for example. Also, we talk about yes, no questions. And if we start the question with is, are, do, does, did, will, could, can, and could, for example, that means it is a question with yes or no answer. Okay, now let's read this example. Ali is going to school now by car to study. So here in this sentence we have much information. Okay, we have the name, and we have what Ali is going to do, when he's going to do that, how he is going to go to school, and why he's going to school. So here we can use some information questions. If we want to make it a yes or no question, it is very easy. We just exchange Ali with is, that is the subject Ali, and the auxiliary verb is. How can we do that? We can say is, and we have to start, notice that we have to start with a capital letter, because is here is starting the question. Okay, is Ali, then it makes a question. We move the whole sentence to make a complete question. Is Ali going to school now by car to study? You can say yes, he is. Or if it is a negative, you can say no, he is not. Okay, so also you have to notice that we have to end the sentence not with a full stop, with what? With a question mark, because we changed it from a sentence which ends with a full stop into a question which ends with a question mark. Okay, now let's have the sentence again and ask other questions. We call it information questions. Like what? Look, let's read the sentence again. Ali is going to school now. How he's going to go? By bus. Why? To study. So here, when we want to ask about to school, so that means it's a place. So how can we ask? We ask with where. We can say, Ali, where is Ali going? Where is Ali going? The answer, to school. So here we are asking about a place. What if we ask about now? Now indicates the time. So we can ask with what? What is the information question that we can use for the time? Very good, that is when. We can say, when is Ali going to school? When is Ali going? Okay, when we ask about Ali, that is a person. We know Ali is a person, so how can we ask about Ali? We use the WH question, or the information question, who. So here we can say, who is going to school? We can answer, Ali is going to school. Okay, so if we want to ask about this one, going to school, the process of going from home to school, so we can ask with what? Okay, so we can say here, what is Ali doing? Or what is Ali doing? He is going to school. Okay, to study, here we are justifying something, or we are giving a reason why he goes to school or why he's going to school. So we can ask with why. We can say, why is Ali going to school? Okay, we're asking about a reason. Now we're asking about the by bus. The means to go from home to school, he goes by bus, or he's going now by bus. So how can we ask about by bus, which is a method or a way? We can ask with how. We can say, how is Ali going to school? And the answer for this question is, he's going to school by bus. Okay, so here the information question again, what, when, which, how, where, who, and how long. Okay, what are you going to do on your vacation? You can answer like this, I'm going to travel to Africa. So here we are asking with what? Because we're asking about the action. So we can ask with what? And here, when is he going to leave? What are we asking about now? We're asking about time. So the answer can be like this, he's going to leave next week. And here, which countries is going to visit? Okay, we can answer like this, he's going to visit Tunisia and Morocco. So we use which to ask about two things, maybe which one, this one or that one. How are we going to go? We're asking about a process or a method or a way to go there. We can say we're going to go by plane, flying by plane. Okay, where I'm going to stay. Now here, where, we're asking about the place that we want to stay. We can say, well, you are going to stay in 4-star hotel. Okay, this is the place. So when you want to ask about a place, we ask with where. Who is going to travel with them? They are going to travel with friends. So here, who, we're asking about human people. Who? Okay, the answer is friends. And how long here we are asking about a period of time. We told you before that when we ask with how, that means we are asking about a process, a means, a method, a way. But when we have an adjective with how, that means we are asking about the extent or the degree of this adjective. How big, how small, how heavy, how light, how tall. Here we're asking about the time. So we can ask about that. We can say how long. We can also ask about the distance, space. We can say how long is the road from Riyadh to Jeddah, for example. Okay, so how long are they going to stay? We're asking about a period of time. They are going to stay for a month. A month means 1 month. Okay. Okay, so here we have which, how, what, who, where, when. Okay, in a beautiful hotel. Now we need to answer this question. We add question words. As you can see here, we need to match questions and answers. Okay, these are the answers for some questions. We will have the questions and we will get each one of them. Suitcase are you going to take? Now we want to use the information question. Which, we can ask with one of these questions, WH questions. We call them information questions about suitcase. Are you going to take? So we can ask with which. Okay, because there are options, many suitcases, for example, and the one who asks now is that which one you want to take. So we have 2 options or 3 options. Okay, what is the right answer for this question? We can say the red one, it's new. Okay, the red one. Next, number 2, are they going to travel? Now we are asking about what? We can ask about the means, the way. Okay, so we can ask with how. The answer can be like this. They're going to take a bus. So the bus here is the means or the means of transportation that will take them. Number 3, is he going to do when he arrives? We're asking about a thing now, so we can ask with what. The answer can be he's going to rest. When he arrives, he takes a rest. Number 4, are they going to ride to? Okay, so here what we are asking about, what are we asking about? We are asking about a person, okay, or people. So we can answer to their parents. Okay, so they will write to their parents. Number 5, are we going to stay? Now we are asking about a period of time, a place. We can ask with where. So we can say where are we going to stay? And we are asking about a place, and the place here is a beautiful hotel. We are going to stay in a beautiful hotel. And the last one, number 6, are we going to get there? Now we're asking about the time. Okay, when are we going to get there? And then the one left here is D, you're going to arrive in the morning. Here, when is asking about time. So the answer here, in the morning, answers the question, the WH question, the information question, which is about time. When we ask about time. And exercise B, now let's read. Hamid and Fadi are going on vacation. Choose a place and write 6 sentences about the things they are going to need. Use words in the box for ideas. So what are the things that Hamid and Fadi are going to have when they go? Okay, let's see this example. They are going to Bali, Indonesia. They are going to need, because we're talking now about a plan. So they're going to need hats, sunglasses, and etc. Okay, also let's choose from the list here. Backpack, jacket, okay, sneakers, bathing suit, okay, jeans, sweat and tie, calculator, map, sunglasses. You can choose one of these that they will need to take with them, or they don't, or they're not going to have. Medicine also, travel books, coat, money, t-shirt, credit card, passport, visa. Also we talk about hat, shirt, wallet, hiking boots, shorts, and watches. Okay, now here is the model answer for this exercise. What are the things that they will need to take with them? We'll let you read it together as listening to it. So you will listen and read at the same time. So let's listen together.
Hamid and Fadi are going to go to Bali. They're going to need cameras. They can take pictures of the sights. They're going to need a calculator. They can find the difference in prices between currencies. They're going to need a credit card. They want to buy souvenirs in Bali. They're going to need a passport. They need to get into Indonesia. They're going to need a map. They want to walk around the island. They're going to need sneakers. They need comfortable shoes for walking.
Okay, now let's move to the next exercise. That is exercise C. Complete the article. Use adjectives in the box. Here in this article, we're going to answer some questions about Jizan. You know Jizan, one of the Saudi Arabian cities that is in the southwestern part of Saudi Arabia. Okay, so let's talk about some adjectives that were, or some words that we're going to use, like humid. Okay, you usually Jizan is a humid area. Dense, that means full of people, a lot of people there. Also traditional, there are traditional crafts there. You can see also some tropical fruit like this one, like mango for example. You can see ancient also monuments like this one. You can see architectural areas, okay, some spaces for architecture, for planting things. Coastal also on the shore or on the next to the sea. Okay, unique areas like unique huts as you can see here. Also you can talk about the people. People there in Jizan are hospitable. Okay, or it's a hospitable area. So they are hospitable. That means they are welcoming people when they come to them. Local, okay, that's local. Also fertile. We talk about the lands that are fertile. Or also talk about interesting places that you can visit. Okay, so let's answer now these questions, and by reading and listening at the same time. Okay.
Jazan in southwestern Saudi Arabia is a coastal city on the Red Sea. It is the capital city of Jazan province. Although it is a small province, it has a dense population of 1.7 million inhabitants. The terrain of the region is varied, consisting of mountains, fertile plains, coasts, and islands. Jazan is famous for its agricultural products, especially its tropical fruits like mango, figs, and papaya. The climate in the city of Jazan is very hot and humid in the summer, while temperatures in the mountains to the northeast are much cooler.
Okay, so we continue also with another slide here about the lifting adjectives. We have traditional, ancient, unique, hospitable, local, and interesting. So this is the second paragraph. Let's answer this question and listen at the same time.
Jazan is one of the oldest regions in the country, dating back some 8,000 years, and is rich in heritage and ancient monuments. There is an interesting mix of architectural styles throughout the region. The buildings are in harmony with their environment and make use of local materials, such as stone, mud, bricks, wood, and plants. One style that is unique to the Tahama coast is the Jazani hut. The region is also known for its traditional handicrafts and its generous and hospitable people.
Okay, now we move to some exercises from the workbook. Exercise D here, you're going to Malaysia on vacation. Write what you are going to take and not going to take. The things that you'll take and not going to take. Use the words in the box or use your own ideas. So passport, you can take it or not. Boots, okay, we talk about sandals. As you can see here, umbrella. Okay, we talk about coat and we talk about sunglasses. So you can say going to and not going to take, because I'm going to take sandals, I'm going to take a passport, I'm going to take sunglasses, like this. If you are not going, planning not to take, we make it in the negative form. I'm not going to take a coat, I'm not going to take boots, I'm not going to take an umbrella. Okay, also here we have some WH questions as we said before, and we can answer this one with conversation between Tyler and his friend Adnan. Okay, so he is asking him here, what is your name? My name is Adnan Abdullah. Tyler is asking now, where are you going? Asking about a place. I'm going to Orlando in Florida. Tyler replies here, or asking again, who are you going to stay with? So asking about a person. I'm going to stay with my uncle. Another question here, we ask about how are you going to get to your uncle's house? A method now, or a means of transportation. Answering, I'm going to take a taxi. We continue also, Tyler is asking again, how long? Now asking about the period of time. How long are you going to stay in Florida? I'm going to stay for about a week. Another question here, what are you going to do in Orlando? I'm going to visit Disney World. Another question here, asking about the airport. Which airport are you going to fly out of? I'm going to fly out of Orlando Airport to go to New York. Tyler is asking another question also. When are you going to leave the United States? I'm going to leave next month. Tyler also welcomes him and say, welcome to the United States. Have a nice vacation. And the answer is thank you. And the last question here, who is Adnan going to stay with in Florida? We said that he is going to stay with his uncle. What is Adnan going to do in his vacation? He's going to visit Disney World. Where? Now asking about a place. Where is Adnan going to fly after his stay in Orlando? He's going to fly to New York. And the last question here, when is Adnan going to leave to the United States? He's going to leave the next month. And by this we come to the end of our class today. Thank you for watching and see you inshallah in our next episode. Goodbye.